Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on ART Academy. So today we have taken a question from current affairs. So what I have done today, we have taken 3-4 questions from current affairs which has been asked by UPSC in the recent exams, which was conducted somewhere from February, March and April, means between February and April of 2022. Okay, so we'll see the depth of the current affairs which has been asked, nature, and on the same lines how we should prepare. Okay, so for next 1 week we are going to cover the current affair based question which has been asked by UPSC in different exams conducted in 2022. So let's start with the first question today. So the first question is about, in the recently formed groupings of countries generally known as Middle East Quad, in addition to India, which of the following are other members? So if you have revised by now your current affairs, so try attempting it. So the question is on Middle East Quad, and it is already telling India is member of that. So if you have followed the news and if you have revised your compilations, then you would have come across this news. India, Israel, UAE, USA decide to launch Quadrilateral Economic Forum. So UPSC is going to ask about the members, when it has been launched, and the purpose. This much you should remember from the organization point of view, especially when you are preparing for prelims. So now you have got your answer. The answer is B, that is Israel, UAE and USA. Okay, so this is our answer. Answer is B. Okay, and the purpose of this forum is, it is being said that it is an economic forum. So the countries are India, Israel, USA, UAE. How can you remember it? I square, U square. So I square means India, Israel, and USA, U square means USA and United Arab Emirates, that is UAE. Okay, Middle East Quad. So there must be other quad as well. So there is Indo-Pacific Quadrilateral Security Dialogue is there. So that is an informal grouping and we call it Quad of Indo-Pacific region. So there also two countries are common from here. India and USA are common in that as well, along with Australia and Japan. So Australia, Japan are two countries along with India and USA in Indo-Pacific Quad, and that is related to security and economic. So informal grouping which has in recent years increased their security dialogue with in order to counter China. So it is being said that these both Quad, be it Middle East Quad or the Indo-Pacific Quad, is there to challenge, to counter or understand China's challenge, be it economic, security, growing dominance of China. So USA was always welcoming, comfortable in engaging with other partners across many regions, but now first time India has like more aggressively, especially after Doklam, we are coming up more to the forefront in order to challenge China's dominance. Okay, so this is about the first question. Now we shall discuss the second question, which is again from the current affairs and from the recent exam. So the question is, which of the following statement is or are correct? The first statement is, India had accorded recognition to Bangladesh even before the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. So we know the history, but we are not sure whether it was accorded before or when it was accorded. So if we know, then only we can mark it. The second statement is, in March 2021, both India and Bangladesh had decided to celebrate 6th December as Maitri Diwas. So this we should know because this was news from the recent current affairs. So if you have come across the Hindu newspaper and you have come across this news, then you know it is a news from 6th December 2021 where you can see both the prime ministers are there, and Maitri Diwas commemorates day when India recognized Bangladesh as independent country in 1971. So in fact 18 countries celebrated this day, and it was to mark the newly formed country Bangladesh in 1971. Okay, so this is about the news. Also, if you would have read another news before 6th December 2021, you would have read some news about Modi ji inaugurates Maitri Setu between India and Bangladesh. And if you read the news, Prime Minister Modi on Tuesday virtually inaugurated India-Bangladesh Friendship Bridge, that is Maitri Setu, over which river? So this is important, that Maitri Setu is over Feni River. So Feni River has its origin in southern district of South Tripura, and from Tripura it originates and it flows into Bangladesh. So it is trans-border boundary river. Okay, so this river is originating in India and it is going to Bangladesh and finally draining into Bay of Bengal. So this river has been built on that. This bridge has been built on that river. So you should know all these things. So Maitri word, if you know, then you can mark. Okay, however, you have to be comfortable because India and its neighborhood countries, they use this word Maitri not only with respect to Bangladesh, it can be used with respect to Nepal as well. So we have to be careful. But if you would have come across this news carefully and if you would have read this article, 50 years of India-Bangladesh ties, a precious achievement, Singaporean diplomat has told about this. Okay, this was a news of 7 December. But when you would have read this news in detail, so read the highlighted area, the blue area. It is saying that Modi ji's visit to Bangladesh in March, he is going to attend the country's National Day, and it was decided that they will commemorate December 6th as Maitri Diwas, that is Friendship Day. So second statement is true. In March 2021, both India and Bangladesh had decided to celebrate December 6th as Maitri Diwas. So this is true. Read the second paragraph. 10 days before the liberation of Bangladesh from Pakistan, India had recognized Bangladesh on December 6, 1971, and India was the first countries, one of the first countries to establish bilateral diplomatic ties with India. So now read the statement first of the question. It is saying India had accorded recognition to Bangladesh even before the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. So yes, it was 10 days before the liberation of Bangladesh from Pakistan when India recognized Bangladesh as a separate country. Right? So this is the thing of current affairs. This is how we should read the current affairs, and now you see the depth of the current affairs from the international relation, how they are asking and what kind of statements they are picking up. Okay, so don't panic, at least cover whatever we are discussing. You should not worry about like how you should cover rest of the things. Okay, theek hai, whatever you have covered, cover it seriously and revise it very well. Okay, so this is about the India-Bangladesh relation. Now we'll see the next question. So this is the third question which we have taken from the recent exam, and it is also from the current affairs. The question is saying recently India signed a contract for the manufacturing of nearly 6 lakh AK-203 rifle. 203, 203, whatever you say. AK-47 बहुत popular है. Now we should know AK-203 rifle as well. With which one of the following countries? So before we jump to the answer, however, I will tell you the answer, but by looking at the next article, you can know the answer directly. So this article was in news in December 4, on December 4, 2021, it was, this was in news. And again, we have taken all the articles from the Hindu itself. So that is the only newspaper which as aspirant we read. So it is saying India, Russia set to ink AK-203 rifle deal worth 5,000 crore rupees. Okay, so the answer is B, that is Russia. So even if you would have missed this article, and then you would have come across other articles. So this is another article which was there, and it highlights, read the blue part. The first 70, the idea is that initially the 70,000 AK-203 rifles will be produced within India only, and in phased manner the localization from 5% to 70% will be increased. And in future the idea is that the technology transfer will happen and 100% localization will happen, and the production will happen in India itself. So this is about the deal which is there we have done with India. Again, let's say even if you would have missed these articles, and if you are following the news somewhere from February and March, you would have come across this news which is talking about Ukraine crisis delays AK-203 assault rifle deal with Russia. So this is a news from March 13, 2022. Okay, so by reading at this news also we'll get to know that okay, we have this deal with, we are having this deal with Russia. Okay, so this way you should integrate your preparation. This is the way how you should revise. Now let's have a look at the next question, which is the last question. Okay, so here we have the last question from the current affairs. The question is, recently archaeological studies at which among the following revealed that by 1200 BCE there was a flourishing agrarian civilization and cultivation of rice was well established at this place. So if you will remember, just mark the chronology, the timeline, that is 1200 BC, agrarian word has been used and cultivation of rice has been used. Okay, so this you should remember. The options are Raichur Doab, B. Krishna Doab, vicinity of Vamsadhara river, and vicinity of Thamirabarani River. So let's have a look. So this was in news. An ancient southern civilization. Recent archaeological discoveries in the Thamirabarani River Valley have pushed back the earliest date of emergence of complex civilization in the region, that is in Tamil Nadu, to near 1200 BCE. Yes, it was in news. And the report have concluded with the archaeological excavation they have found rice and soil. So this is the aerial view of the excavation which was done, and pots have been found, urns have been found, and the contents of the utensils, the urns which is there, it has the soil and the rice which dates back to 115 BCE, that is 1200 BCE, and it indicates agrarian civilization was flourishing in Tamil Nadu at that point of time. And this Thamirabarani civilization, earlier this river is also known as Porunai River, okay, and it has been believed that this civilization is 3200 years old. Means the parallels are being drawn that okay, when Indus Valley civilization was there, this civilization also existed. Okay, so remember this, that if the this question will be asked by UPSC again, then your answer should be Thamirabarani River. We'll see the map of Thamirabarani River, where is it located exactly and where it drains, whether it is a tributary of any river or not. Okay, but before that, whenever we are reading the newspaper, we would have also come across last year or 2 years back, we would have come across this news. Keezhadi excavation leads to ancient civilization on the banks of Vagai River, or Kiladi. I don't know the exact pronunciation in Tamil, so it can be Kiladi. It has been found that there is a Vagai Valley civilization. So archaeologists have found that this Vagai civilization was somewhere around 2600 years old, and this civilization belongs to Sangam era of Tamil Nadu. Okay, Sangam age. It resonates with Sangam age. Okay, Kiladi civilization. And there also a lot of things have been found. Urban, it was also believed that it is one of the urban civilization in, and when the findings, the archaeologists compared the Indus Valley findings and the findings of the Dravidian, the South Indian civilization like Kiladi or Vagai Valley civilization or Thamirabarani River Valley civilization. So they found that when the parallels were drawn, including language, food habits, and the arts, historians have found that graffiti which was found in Indus Valley civilization and those found in Tamil Nadu are about 80% identical. So UPSC can give you this statement as well, that whether these are identical or not. So these two valleys you should remember, Vagai Valley civilization and the Thamirabarani River Valley civilization. Now let's have a look at the map. So here we have the map of Tamil Nadu. So you can see in Tamil Nadu, Vagai River is originating from the southern hills and it is draining into Pamban, Park Bay. You can say Park Bay it is draining into. And then we have Thamirabarani River. So it is also known as Thamirabarani River, and it is draining into Gulf of Mannar. So you can have a look at these two rivers. So they are not tributaries, they are originating from the some hill. So Thamirabarani River or Tamraparani or Porunai, you can read about these three names. So UPSC can give the different names of the same river and they will try to confuse you. Okay, so it is a perennial river and it is rising from a hill in Western Ghats and it is draining into Gulf of Mannar. Okay, same with Vagai. Vagai is a river in Tamil Nadu. It is also originating from the hill of Western Ghats. The hills are not prominent ones, so I am not reading it out. I am not telling you. And it also flows into Park Bay. Okay, so these information you should remember. Hope you enjoyed the discussion. And here the answer is D. Like this, for next 1 week, we will come up with the current affairs related question which has been asked by UPSC in different exams conducted recently, February, March and April, so that it will help you in quick revision and also you will get an idea that how UPSC is framing questions on current affairs. And thus you try to revise in that effectively. Okay, so take care guys. We'll meet in the next video on Monday and enjoy your weekend. Study well and take care. Bye bye.